Awesome service on Wednesday night. Wednesday we worship. Um, Man, I tell you, God just truly showed up Wednesday night. And so we didn't get a chance to minister as much. And come on up, Hope. Come on up to the second row. And so we didn't get Elder Hope, so we didn't get a chance to minister as much. So we want to continue our talk from Wednesday night. Whose report do you believe? So we want to continue our talk on that. Whose report do you believe? You know, there's a lot of reports out. And most of the reports that we hear is the reports that we experience. Our reports speak a lot of volume. We hear about people who get hurt or, you know, in other countries. That don't really bother us. You know, it may come across our brain, but it don't really affect us. But then we hear about people that get hurt cross town. That don't really bother us. But when something hit close to home, when you find out that you have a health issue, or you have, last year you were doing all right. This year for a checkup, you find out something wrong. This year your marriage is excellent. Next year your marriage is something wrong with it. So there's all types of report. One minute your finances good, next minute your finances bad. One minute your children, they were just little, sweet, little, innocent little things. Next thing you know, they're grown and in jail. See, Pastor, that's kind of extreme. Well, that's the way it is sometimes. We have all kinds of reports that we experience in our lives. And some reports that we hear and experience can speak louder than God. Sometimes we'll find ourselves in a battle trying to believe God when the report that we're experiencing is louder than God. You know, we know we walk by faith. We hear that all the time, but sometimes our experiences can speak so loud and we can feel it. Not only feel it, we can see it. We can touch our experience. But when it comes to God, it's all about believing and trying to believe God in the midst of a hurt or in the midst of pain or in the midst of a battle. Sometimes it can be a little difficult because you're always finding yourself, you know, worrying or trying to get out of it or how you can get out of it, how it can get better. And we'll find ourselves up all night, got health issues, can't eat, can't sleep, all because of some kind of report. And so today we want to get back to the scriptures even the more. Who report you're going to believe? And here's a question that you've got to ask yourself before you believe a report. Who's your pastor that you can believe the report from? Yeah, that's a good one right there. Because many of us don't have a pastor. Many of us just attend church. If we had a pastor is one that cares about the flock. A pastor is one that feeds the flock. A pastor don't always try to make sure the flock is happy. The purpose of a pastor is to make sure the flock is healthy so that the flock can face whatever they're going to face down the road. And the thing you have to understand is that your pastor, whoever he or she is, always face what you're going to face. So that's why God, you know, I wouldn't advise anybody who want to be a pastor to want to be a pastor. You got to make sure you call it this because it's a lot of want to quit days. It's a lot of attack days. It's a lot of sick days, and you can't even take a sick day off. A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of praying, a lot of crying, a lot of interceding, a lot of dealing with your own family, dealing with other people's family, dealing with other people's ministries, dealing with finances, dealing with no finances. So there's a lot involved when you're talking about being a pastor. So the question is, who's your pastor? That's your question for yourself. Who's your pastor? We're not talking about the person that you're looking at. We're talking about the person that you're following. Because see, you can look at a person and say, that's my pastor, but that don't mean you're following them. Because a pastor is supposed to lead you into green pastures. And see, there's times when the flock sometimes go astray, and the pastor has to go and get them and bring them back. Now, a shepherd in the Old Testament, a shepherd would actually break the legs of the sheep so the sheep don't keep running away because the sheep has a history of doing wrong. And so the shepherd says, I can't keep letting you keep running away because if you keep running away to your own devices, you're going to mess around and end up in hell. See, a pastor knows that hell is real. Now, I'm pretty sure many of you all who have a job or who have your own business, that you try to do the best you can on your job, do the best you can on your business, because why? You don't want to lose your house. You don't want to lose your car. You don't want to lose your refrigerator. You don't want to lose your lights. So you do well on your job because you realize there's consequences if I don't do a good job on my job. And many of us, and if the truth be told, many of us love where we live. Many of us love how we drive, and we love what we can put on. We love the fact that we can turn our refrigerator on or off, or turn the lights on and off, and turn the air conditioner on and off. Well, you're able to do that because of where you work at. And so you do a good job. You don't go to that job and make them do what you want them to do. You agree to do what they say do. And so by you agreeing, you may not even agree with them in doing what they're doing. But the fact is, that's their job. That's their business. So the kingdom of God, that's God's kingdom. We can't come in God's kingdom and tell him what to do. We got to line up with God even if it don't feel good. Even if we don't like it. The fact is, we don't want to get fired, so we don't want to go to hell either. So we have to line up with God. So we have to make sure that what we're listening to is the word of God and the Spirit of God, so that we don't keep allowing other reports to speak louder than God. Because like I said earlier, there's a lot of reports out here. I mean, you got children report, and y'all got children. Come on, say amen. Yeah, you know some of them making you scratch your head. Come on. And if they ain't making you scratch your head, keep living. If they going to make you scratch your head, you're going to wonder, is this my child? I didn't raise this child like this right here. And then some of the children are going to be looking at their parents saying, Lord, is this my mom and daddy? Come on, say amen, son. Come on, say amen. My mom and daddy are crazy. I'm just playing. Let's get into the word of God. Deuteronomy 30, verse 11 says what, Angie?
Now, what I am commanding you today is not too difficult for you.
Now, God is saying here in Deuteronomy, what I'm commanding from you is not difficult. It's not hard. Matter of fact, it's up to you how far you go. It's up to you how far. It's not up. Watch this now. It may not be up to you how much you get, but it can be it's up to you how far you go. See, we keep thinking from the church perspective a lot of times, how far we go is how much toys we accumulate. Well, you can live in a shack and still go far. It's how you're thinking. See, many of us, I know a lot of people who have money and still defeated. And I know some people who are living in the prison and got joy and peace and got abundance. They realized they messed up. That's why they went to prison. But because they have peace now. See, they didn't have any peace before they went to prison, but now they got peace because they ain't gotten what they used to have. So now they have accumulated some peace. But we got people who are free and don't have peace. So the Bible says, what I'm getting ready to say to you is not hard for you to accumulate. Watch what it says.
Now, what I am commanding you today is not too difficult for you.
Yes.
Or beyond your reach.
What it says is that what I'm commanding you is not too far. It's so close that you don't even know it. Read.
It is not up in heaven, so that you have to ask, who will ascend into heaven to get it?
So look what he's saying. Look what he's saying here is that you don't have to go to Pastor Ellis to ask him to pray for you. Because what you're asking for from Pastor Ellis is that I need you to get to heaven and bring me an answer. Because I'm going through something. So I need you, Pastor Ellis, to go and pray and intercede on my behalf so that I can get my healing, so I can get my children back, so I can get my health back, so I can get my finances back. So Pastor Ellis, can you pray for me? And the Bible just said right here, you don't need Pastor Ellis to go to heaven to get what you already got. This going to mess you up today, I see already. Read, reader.
Nor is it beyond the sea, so that you have to ask.
You don't have to go over to Jerusalem to get this. Read.
Nor is it beyond the sea.
I wish I was back in Jesus' day. You in Jesus' day right now. Read.
Nor is it beyond the sea, so that you have to ask.
Yeah.
Who will cross the sea to get it?
Yeah.
And proclaim it to us so we may obey it.
So look what the writer's saying. He's saying that you don't need nobody to go to heaven on your behalf so you can obey this. You don't need nobody to go over to Jerusalem across the water for you to obey this. The Bible says it's already in you. Obedience is already in you. But it's called will. How much willpower do you have to want to obey God? Because, see, if we ain't careful, we know how to complain. We just don't know how to get victory. Complaining is easy. Being frustrated is easy. Being upset is easy. But being happy and having joy and having peace, that's a little hard because of all the reports we keep getting. And if you try to get on your right feet to try to have some joy, somebody seems like they're always stepping in your way. And the biggest person that's stepping your way is you. Nobody can do you harm unless you allow it. Everybody going to talk, I ain't going to say everybody, a lot of people going to talk negative about you. A lot of people are going to view you wrong. I don't care what you say. If you were the president of the United States and had the good intentions and had a heart of God, you still have messed up with half of America. You can free a slave or whoever, and somebody who is a slave going to say, why you freed him? But I freed you too. Somebody always going to be mad with your success. But the problem is we keep allowing other people to affect our future. Let me come over here and let it go. We keep allowing other people to interfere with our destiny. Now, if I'd have listened to the critics, I wouldn't be here today. Matter of fact, I'm kind of learning how to appreciate critics now. Critics making me happy a little bit. Because, see, every time something go good for me and going right for me and going real nice for me, it kind of make me a little worried. But then when I have some critics pop up, I say, yes, sir, I'm doing right then. I'm doing something right. Evidently, God is approving me. Read, reader.
Deuteronomy 30, verse 14.
Verse 14 says what?
No, the word is very near you.
Uh-huh.
It is in your mouth.
So you don't need Pastor Ellis for your success to reach heaven. The Bible says you can reach heaven yourself. Now, you got to understand something now, because I don't need nobody walking out here to I don't need no preacher. I can talk to God myself. Now, what I just heard you say, Reverend. No, I'm saying you don't need to kill a preacher to get to heaven. See, if you ain't careful, you will think that the pastor is the only one that can touch heaven. And the Bible is letting you know you can talk to God too. You got victory too. We ain't dealing with the Catholic Church where you got to go talk to the priest in order to get to heaven. You ain't got to come and talk to me. You can go talk to God on your own. And you can go boldly before the throne of grace. While you're broke, go bold. While you're sick, go bold. While you're having help, go bold. Whatever you got going on that's negative, go bold. I wish I had somebody. What read, reader?
The word is very near you.
Where the word at?
It is in your mouth.
Where the word at?
In your mouth.
Where the word at?
In your mouth.
So you ain't saying nothing. That's why you ain't got no victory. You know I have to preach to myself every second. Every second I have to preach to myself because I get so many reports. My flesh give me all kinds of reports. My mind give me all kinds of reports. I get all kinds of negative reports. Man, I'm telling you, I don't even have nobody calling me, texting me, talking to me. I talk to myself. And the more I talk to myself, it seems like the more negative I get. Even, I paint pictures about y'all. Let me explain. Let's say Stephen, me and him ain't got no issues. We're having a good time. And then all of a sudden my brain starts thinking about Stephen. Yeah, let him say this. I'm going to say this back. He better not pass me and don't shake my hand. I'm going to ignore him for the rest of my life. See, your brain. Oh, my wife didn't even speak to me this morning. She's cheating on me. Something. See, your brain. Come on now. Come on. That's why the Bible says you got to be transformed. Because you don't sit up in here and act like you Mr. and Mrs. Positive all the time. As long as we got a devil, you got issues too. And as long as you got on a flesh outfit, you got issues too. Everybody got some issues in this room. But the problem is we don't know how to own up to our issues. We know how to point our fingers to other people's issues. If it wasn't for Deacon Lee wearing that black, I'd be happy. Didn't he know I was going to wear white? What's the problem? So now I'm messed up because he's black. We keep allowing other people in our minds to shape our patterns of our life. Whose report you going to believe? What is God saying about you with your broke self? What is God saying about you with your sick self? Which you've been diagnosed, you've been prognosed, you've been nosed. What is God saying about you with your hurt self and that man done left you, that woman done left you, or that child done died? What is God still saying even though you're getting bad reports? Your business not prospering, your job won't give you a promotion. What is God saying? And see, the problem is we keep letting the world preach to us more than we let God tell us. See, the problem with prayer is, I'm going to tell you what the problem with many of our prayers, we keep talking. This is what I have learned how to do now. When somebody's out talking to me and I know I got to answer and they won't listen, I let them keep talking. I shut up. Because I got the answer, but you won't let me tell you. Because you want to get out all your business in one shot. So what I do is I just shut down because I know I got something to say that can help you, but you don't want to listen because you want me to hear all you got to say. Maybe that's why you're not hearing from God. Big mouth. Big mouth. They told me that you had a big mouth. I wish I had some. See, some men, sometimes my wife, she'll call my name because I got a pattern with her. I know my wife. I got 32 years with my wife. So I know this pattern with her. When she called my name, not baby, not honey, not darling, Eric. Jesus. Yes. Could you put this light in? Yes. Eric. Yes. I don't know why I'm hearing this ticking noise in my car. You the one drove it. Eric. Yes. So what I'm saying is, the more she called me, because of her pattern, it's a little frustrating. Because you start feeling used, that every time you call me, you want me to do something. I must be preaching to somebody's house. I don't know who. Somebody. Brothers, I know you're scared to say amen, but say amen. Amen. Sisters, you too. Amen. You know your child, when your child call your name, mama, what you want? You ain't saying mama because you love me. You saying mama because you want something. And so I'm talking about my house. I ain't talking about your house. I'm talking about my house. So when my wife called my name, Eric, it's something up. And I immediately go into shutdown mode because she don't call me honey. And then when she do call me on the phone, sometimes I ignore it. Yes, I did say that. Brothers, you can say amen again. Sometimes I ignore her call because I know on the other end is an issue. You want me to do something. And I don't want to be a husband where you just call me to do something. I want to be appreciated. I'm going somewhere. So I ignore the call because I know what it's going to be about. Then there's some days she'll shock me. I say, yes. She said, hey, how you doing? Fine. I'm waiting on the punchline. She said, I'm just calling to check on you. Okay, and? She said, ain't no and. I just called to see how my baby was doing. Girl, hey. Because see, you done caught me off guard. Your pattern is to always beg. Maybe that's why God ain't answering you. Wow. Because you got a pattern of always calling him with an issue. When the last time you called God, I just called to say, I love you. You didn't want to say that, did you? Because many of us, we dress up a praise with a beg.
That's good, Bishop.
I just want to say, Lord, I thank you for this day. And I give you praise and honor. Now, Father, could you touch my husband, touch my wife, touch my children, touch my boss? I need a raise. I'm tired of this going through this here. Bless my car to make it. We dress up a praise with an ask. When will you just be appreciative of who he is and not about what he can do for you? So now, whose report are you going to believe? Because everybody getting something saying to them. Oh, yes, yeah. Something talking to you right now. Something talking to you right now. There's an issue right now that you're dealing with, and you're trying to figure out what to do about it. And God said, stop thinking about it, stop talking about it, and listen to me. Because, see, some of us, we are good flim-flam artists as Christians. Oh, you know, Lord, I just want to say I love you, and now give me something. No, Lord, I just praise you. I lift my hands. Now, I lift my hands. Watch this. I lift my hands. Now, give me something in my hand. Many of us, we live in the begging department than we do in the praise department. Because you always want to be satisfied because there's a report that keep coming out, and that report is big. That report is you're going through something. And all of us want to come out of something that God want to keep us in something. Let me say that again. There's some things you want to come out of so bad. And God's saying, I need you to stay right there because it's got you praying. I already know you're going to backslide if I take you out. You already, listen, you want to be free of this issue with your husband, free of this issue with your wife, free of this issue with your health, and you want to be free of this issue with your finances. And God said, I need you to stay right there so I can keep you with me. Because I already know what you're going to do. See, you don't know you're going to do it. Because you keep thinking if I can just be free of this here thing, I give God a better praise. And God said, no, if you just stay right there where you at, with tears ball up in your eyes, I know you're going to praise me. See, there's some things in my house, some things in my health, some things in my finances. I pray to God, I fast to God, I plead to God, I beg to God. Will you please take this mess away? I'm sick of this issue that I'm going through. But guess what it's got me doing? Lord, I give you praise. I give you thanks because you're still God. Even though I'm crying, you're still God. Even though I'm worried, you're still God. Even though I ain't got it, you're still God. Whose report? Come on. And that's why you come to church. Because, see, you got to understand something. Just because I ain't looking at you, I'm still talking to you. You got to get this because something is always talking to you. And if you ain't careful, you'll talk to you. And you'll try to encourage yourself without Jesus. Well, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And the Bible says you got to be careful because there's a way that seemeth right. And the end thereof is destruction. What it says in Deuteronomy 30, verse what?
Verse 14.
What it says?
The word is very near you.
Where the word at?
Near you.
The word is very near you. I ain't got to come home to you. Read.
It is in your mouth.
I ain't got to talk to you.
And in your heart.
You don't need me to always encourage you. Oh, read.
It is in your mouth and in your heart.
The word is where?
In your mouth.
The word is in your mouth.
And in your heart.
And in your heart. But it can't get there if you don't open it. Watch this. Watch this. There's power in both of them being open. Somebody gonna get there in a minute. There's power in both of them being open.
Amen.
You got to open your mouth and you got to open your heart. You got to open your mouth. Wait a minute. You got to open your heart to receive it. Then you got to open your mouth to speak it.
Amen.
You got to believe what God said. Even though your body's screaming in pain. What? That's why you come and get spiritual report before you get a physical report. Read, reader.
The word is very near you.
Yes.
It is in your mouth and in your heart.
So the word is in, I was driving, coming up today, this morning, and I thought about my mama who's gone, thought about my daddy who's gone, thought about my pastor who's gone. I said, Lord, I sure wish they were here. I sure miss my daddy. I wish I could sit down and talk to my pops. Man, I sure miss my mom. Sure would like to sit down and talk to her and eat some of her apple pie. Man, I miss my pastor. Dang, man has so much wisdom. I wish to God he was here right now. And God said, but I'm here. Everybody you just named, son, I instill power into them to help you. Now it's your time, son, to get the power to help somebody else. See, if you keep sitting on the power, then you can't help nobody else with their less power self. Read, reader.
The word is very near you.
Where the word at?
Near you.
Yes.
It is in your mouth and in your heart.
Uh-huh.
So you may obey it.
Yes.
See, I set before you today.
Uh-huh.
Life and prosperity.
Look what he says. Look what he says. Everybody is on the same equal playing field right now. I ain't white enough. I ain't light enough. I ain't tall enough. I ain't black enough. I raised in the wrong neighborhood. My parents didn't have nothing. I lived with my sisters and brothers. We shared clothes. See, you keep trying to deal with the natural of what you didn't have and don't see what God is saying about you. You keep looking at you live in the hood and you don't see God saying, I see prosperity on you. The prosperity God see about you, it ain't new clothes.
That's right.
Because God know new clothes ain't got no power. It ain't, see, if you don't get the power on the inside of you and get joy on the inside of you and recognize who you are, you always going to depend on other people to try to validate you. What he said again, Rita?
I said before you today, life and prosperity.
What's in front of you is life and increase. I was talking to Jerry. What's in front of you, Jerry, is life and increase. The world keep trying to make you just exist. And if you exist, you're always going to be a dummy. But if you live, even if you're in the pit, you got life.
My God.
So God just told me with my broke self, with my family broke up self, with my health broke up self, with my issues in my life, he gave me life and prosperity. But Lord, if you gave me prosperity, why my children going through? Why my wife going through? Why my husband going through? Why am I going through? God said, you keep looking at the issue. The issue is not that. The issue is you. You don't believe the report. It's amazing. You believe CNN, but you don't believe God. Read, Rita.
I set before you today.
Yes.
Life and prosperity.
I've set today, right now, in front of you, life and prosperity. Wait a minute now. It's all yours. It's set in front of you. All you got to do is choose it. It's about the mind. You keep looking at the finance. You keep looking at where you live. You keep looking at your family. And you ain't looking at what God said. Watch what God says again, Rita.
I said before you today.
Yes.
Life and prosperity.
What's in front of you is life and prosperity. Whew. Read.
Death and destruction.
But not only life and prosperity is in front of you, but also death and destruction is in front of you. Read, Rita.
For I command you today.
But I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. What?
To love the Lord your God.
First of all, pick God before you try to pick healing. Pick God before you pick finances. Pick God before you pick marriage. Pick God before you pick your children. Because if you pick God, everything else got to line up. But what we do, we want God to come to a situation. Ooh, we always keep praying, God heal this, God do this. We ain't nothing but pimps and God the prostitute. We keep wanting God to do tricks. And God say, choose me before you choose healing. And sometimes God will allow, listen to me carefully, God will allow circumstances to happen in your life so you can see you. God will allow the rug to be pulled from up under you just so you can see you. Do circumstances make you get closer to God, or do circumstances make you draw back from God? Do prosperity make you draw towards God, or do prosperity make you say, I ain't got to go to church this week? So the problem is, God said we don't really love him like we should. We love his hand, but we don't love his heart. In his hand is cars. In his hand is prosperity and houses. But in his heart is true love. Read, Rita.
For I command you today.
What you command me?
To love the Lord your God.
Yes.
To walk in obedience to him.
Walk mean live. I want you to live in obedience to him. Don't try to please your spouse. Not first.
That's right, Bishop.
No. Don't try to please your spouse first. Don't try to please your boss first. Don't try to please your children first. Don't try to please yourself first. The very person you're supposed to please is God first. But the report says, let me feed myself some breakfast this morning. Let me fix my breakfast this morning because I've been taught in order to have a full day, I need to have something on my stomach. But then when it's time for prayer, Father, I thank you for this breakfast. Lunch, I need to eat my lunch. I'm taking my lunch break at 12, not 12:05. Father, I thank you for this lunch. I need to get ready to get off at 4 o'clock, 3:59. I'm packing so I can get out of here. I'm not staying at 4:15 because I'm not devoted to this company. Father, I thank you for letting me get out of here. Everything about God is about what he has done for you. But when you love him, even when he didn't give you what you want, even if he don't heal your body, even if you don't let your business prosper, do you love him? Watch what it says, Rita.
For I command you today,
yes,
to love the Lord your God.
Love God.
To walk in obedience to him.
To live for him.
And
to live for him. To live for him. To live for him. You know, I sent my wife out of town this weekend, her and my daughter, so they can have some mom and daughter time just to get away for a while. So I sent them to the beach just to have fun. Man, I missed them so much, especially my wife. Boy, I missed them. Oh my God, I want to call her so bad. And then when she called me, I was glad to hear from her. Then I started fussing. What you calling me for? You're on vacation. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself. You don't supposed to call me. I don't want to hear from you until Sunday. She said, okay. She called back a few hours later. I said, what are you doing? She said, I forgot. I want to hear your voice. I said, yeah, thank you. Yeah. There was a reason for why I said that. It's just that right now I don't know what that reason was. Now read.
For I command you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in obedience to him,
yeah,
and to keep his commands,
yeah,
decrees, and laws. Then you will live and increase.
Look what the Bible says. If you obey God, I'm going to live. But Pastor, I just got in the car wreck. God just said you're going to live. Pastor, I just got diagnosed with cancer. But God said you're going to live. If you obey him, you're going to live. You keep looking at the negative and chalking it up as though God ain't with you. And God is letting you know, don't you know what I just told you in the Bible? A man born of a woman is of a few days full of trouble. You ain't going to live this Christian life and don't have some crying days. You ain't going to live this Christian life and don't have some pain. You're going to have some pain on this journey. But what is God saying through the midst of that pain? Have you ever somebody ever tried to cover up stank with some perfume? You ever, and just, you know, that stank out? Anybody, you ever, well, maybe you did it. You know you couldn't take a shower right away, and you smelled yourself and said, what that smell? Oh, my God. And you reached in your purse or your car. You know, I keep cologne in my car, and I start spraying everywhere. A few minutes later, the funk come right on through it. So you mean to tell me you're trying to live life as though God don't exist?
Oh, my God.
And then when you do put him on, it's only on when you feel like it. And your lifestyle that stank keep coming out. Because you keep trying to cover up God, cover up your stank with a little bit of God. This is a lifestyle. Because one day I'm going to leave this earth, and I ain't studying you. I got to give an account to God. I want to hear God say, well done. Let me go home. Keep reading.
For I command you today,
yes,
to love the Lord your God,
yes,
to walk in obedience to him, and to keep his commands, decrees, and laws.
Yeah.
Then you will live and increase.
If I obey God, what he says?
You will live and increase.
Since you want to say amen, repeat what she said. If I obey God, what will happen? Some of y'all still ain't said it. If I obey God, what will happen? So he said, I'm going to live and increase. That's what he said, right? If I obey, I'm going to live deep and increase. So not only will I ain't going to just exist, I'm going to live. And then increase coming. If I obey, I get to live and increase coming. Let me help you, because some of y'all keep looking for an increase and you ain't appreciating the increase you already got. Are you able to go to work tomorrow morning? That's called increase. You ain't even went to work yet. You don't even know if you're going to live tomorrow, but you done set your clock to wake up at a certain time tomorrow. About this time, you'll be at work. That's called increase. And if you ain't got to work and you got money at home, that's called increase. I wish I had some increased people around here. But you keep looking for the overflow, and you don't even realize every step is an increase.
Then you will live and increase, And the Lord your God will bless you in the land you are entering to possess.
Now check this out, what he's saying right here. Where you at ain't it. It's not it. Where you at right now, this ain't it. God is saying, I'm getting ready to give you more if you just increase in me. If you quit trying to increase in your finances, increase in your marriage, increase in your health, and just increase in God, God said, where you at right now, this ain't it. All right, let me help you out. Some of y'all came raised up in a bad neighborhood. Your mama and daddy didn't have as much as you have right now. Look at you today. You living better than your mama and daddy living. You driving Lexus. They drove bus. Let me come over here and I ain't go over there. Horse and buggy, your grandmama. Cotton. You got a degree. Or you make $18 an hour, $25 an hour. They made 50 cents an hour. You living better than some of your family members. And you don't even see the increase right there. Because you keep looking for more. The Bible says, learn how to be content.
Amen.
Watch what it says, Rita.
But if your heart turns away.
Here go the disclaimer. You love the approval letter. You just don't like the disclaimer. I went to Sam's the other day. I got a credit card from Sam's. And I had it about 2 months. I forgot to set them up for auto draft. Because I set all my accounts up for auto draft, but I forgot about Sam's. So I went to Sam's and racked up with food. I mean, I loaded up my buggy packed with food. It's time to check out. Use my Sam's card. Decline. I said, no, ain't no decline nothing. No, this Sam's card right here got $1,900 on it. Never been used. Well, I'll take that back. It has been used. I just ain't make the monthly payments. I got $300 worth of groceries in my basket, and my car saying decline. I said, oh, no, I got to talk to somebody. So I got on the phone and called Sam's. Sam's, y'all can't be declining me, and I got all this in basket full of food. They say, well, you behind in your payment. Well, let me holler at you later. I'll talk to you later. You want to be approved, and you keep running late. God keep trying to pour out, but you keep saying, I'll be back. And you won't come back to give your praise. We ain't talking about no money. We're talking about you. You won't come back and give him thanks. You keep trying to do it on you. See, if the world has a due date, you think God ain't got one? The world make you say, look here, on the 30th of each month, make this payment right here. We're going to give you 30 days now. Make this payment. Now, if you're late, we're going to report you that you're late. You don't want your credit report to be affected for other things that you want to do in life. And here it is. I couldn't get my food, my groceries, with my Sam's credit card because I was late. I got all this money sitting out there, but I can't use it because I was month late. Sam stopped me because I was a month late. Now, if that's Sam, what about God? Why you want God to show up when things are going wrong in your life, but you won't show up when things are going good in your life? I get an amen next month. See, this is the part of church that people don't like. It's called conviction. You know, just leave me alone, Reb. Tell me about Paul and Peter and them. Don't tell me about me. Read, reader.
But if your heart turns away.
If you turn away from the word of God.
And you are not obedient.
And you're not obedient to the word of God.
And if you are drawn away to bow down to other gods and worship them.
Now, Galatians, go to Galatians real quick. Galatians 1. I think it's verse 6. Galatians 1. Let's turn to Galatians 1. Now, remember now, God is giving you a report, but there's something else trying to give you another report. Paul tells the Galatian church in Galatians 1 and 6, what he says in verse 6.
I am astonished.
Look at Paul say. Paul said, I'm shocked about you. You used to be an usher. You used to sing in a choir. You used to come to church. You came to Sunday school. You came to Bible study. You was a tither. You loved people. You brought stuff to the church when it's time to give. And Paul said, I am astonished at you. I am so shocked at you right now. I cannot believe you right now. Paul is talking to the Galatian church. Read.
I am astonished.
Yes.
That you are so quickly deserting the one who called you to live.
Why are you letting somebody else tell you not to live? God said, I call you to live. Why are you letting somebody else tell you do it when you feel like it? This walk is not about Burger King. You can't bring it your way on this journey, I don't never feel like reading the Bible. I did say that. I don't never feel like reading the Bible. I don't feel like praying. I don't feel like fasting, but I know that that's the way to go in order to reach God. If I'm going to get in touch with God, I better talk to him. If I'm going to get in touch with God, I better read his word. If I'm going to preach to the people of God and tell you how to be successful, I got to go and spend some time with God. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to pastor all the time. I don't want to read the Bible all the time. Matter of fact, 99.9% of the time I don't read the Bible. I don't want to read it, but I read it. But I pray, Father, help me to read your word. Because Facebook looking kind of good right now. And all you're doing on Facebook is being nosy. I don't look at Facebook. Okay. Days of our lives, the restless, the young and the restless. Nosy. I don't look at that. Okay. Whatever your favorite show is, nosy. So you're finding something to interfere with your walk. I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like studying. But I know if in order for me to get in touch, I got to do those things. I have to come to church. Not because I get paid, because I don't have to stay here and get paid. I got skills. I don't like the man in taking. I got a set of skills that I have acquired. I don't have to pastor. I just want you to know that. I don't have to. And I tried to tell God, you don't have to use me. I'm good. Just let me sit in the audience. I'm good. God said, no, I need you to pastor. Now that I've been pastoring almost 20 years, I'm saying, God, you sure about this thing? Even though I can see the success in it, I still say, God, are you sure you called me? Because there's some pain in this journey. There's some hidden pain, stuff that you don't even know about. I ain't talking about what I experienced from you. I'm talking about experience for myself. The doubts that's rolling in my head. The fear of walking in faith. See, it's easy for you to sit out there and talk about faith. But we're talking about actually walking in it. Because you got people following you. See, I can't give up, even though I want to some days, but I have to look back and see who, God almighty, somebody back there depending on me. I remember when I went to Jamaica, and I had to climb, me and my wife climbing a waterfall, that Jamaica Dunn waterfall, or what is that thing called? So me and, the tour guide say, hold on to each other and line up. So I had my wife in front of me, because in case she fall, I can kind of push her back. So I had her in front of me. You go up, baby, and I got you. And then I got this lady behind me, and she got more people behind her. So she decided she wanted to keep on slipping. I turned around. I helped her line up, look back at her. You all right? Why you asking was she all right? Because I ain't falling with you. I'm holding on. But I do know how to let go. Because I'm not going under with you. Because that's a 75-foot drop. And I'm not falling. And this water coming down like a monster. And my shoes full of sand. And you keep slipping. They told you not to wear no sandals on this journey.
That's good, Bishop.
They told us when we booked the excursion, you must wear tennis shoes. Okay. I'm wearing socks too. You don't need no socks. I don't care what you're saying. I'm wearing socks just to be on the safe side. Me and my wife climbing up that hill, that waterfall, water coming in our face real fast, and this lady keep on slipping. I said, enough is enough. I let her go because you pulling me down under. And the tour guide looked at me after it was over. He said, where's the other people? I said, down there. I made it. Can I bless you? Because I'm preaching to me right now. There's some people you dearly love. There's some people you are so crazy about, and you want the best for them. You'll cut off your left arm for them. But I hear the Lord telling you, they keep making you slip. I don't care how much you love them, you're going to have to let go.
My God.
What's the man name whose wife turned into a pillow of salt? Lot. I just want to see if you know it. Lot. God tell Lot. He didn't tell Miss Lot. He told Mr. Lot, take your family and get out of here. He got his family And God said, don't look back. You got your word. Don't look back. He walking with Miss Lot. Come on, girls. Come on. Because you understand something now. He ain't got nobody but his daughters and his wife. But the Bible say the daughters was married. But the married men that the daughters was married to were homosexuals. They loved the city more than they loved their wives. So he took his daughters and his wife, holding them by the hand. Come on here. Come on here. And then there's an explosion happening. All the people back there screaming. Miss Lot decided she wanted to be nosy. Facebook. Turned around, instead of reading the book, she reading Facebook. And the Bible says she turned into a pillar of salt. Now check this out. Lot, while he walking, he hollering for her. Baby, 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 please, baby, please, say something, baby. Baby, come on, say something. I need you, baby. I love you. Say something. He realized Miss Lot turned around, but he didn't.
That's good.
I don't care how much you love something. Don't turn around. God did not give me my wife so she can become my God. I love my wife. My wife told me, she said, listen, you going to North Carolina to start a church? We through. We getting a divorce. I begged her. I said, baby, don't leave me. Don't leave me. You know God dealing with me. She said, yeah, he dealing with you. He ain't dealing with me. I said, baby, don't leave me. I came up here for 3 months, scouting out the land, praying, seeing what God wants. And my wife back home, I'm calling and checking on her 2 and 3 times a day. How y'all doing? How the kids doing? When you coming back home? I said, baby, I'm up here to see what God wants me to do. Click! God almighty. But look what happened. By me being obedient, it blessed you.
Amen.
You're missing it. I did not love my wife more than I love my God. Boy, somebody's going to get this in a minute. No. Don't try to be so nasty and bold. I'm talking about you know what God told you. I know what God told me, and I'm the head of the house. And I got 4,000 people back home talking bad about me. How can Eric leave his family and quit his good-paying job and don't take care of it? He's worse than an infidel. He ain't doing what the Bible say do. And they use Bible on me. But I knew God. God, I know what you told me. This don't feel good. But God, I got to do what you told me to do and not worry about my wife right now. Oh, but look at me now. Who report you going to believe? You're going to cry a little bit. You're going to get mad a little bit. You're going to worry a little bit. But what did God tell you today? Read, reader.
Galatians 1 and 6.
Read it.
I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting the one who called you to live.
Look what Paul say. I can't believe you. I can't believe you. All this teaching you've been getting, all these years, I can't believe you. That now all of a sudden, you slack up. You were doing so well when you were single. You served God so well when you were single. But then you got married. Now we hear crickets. You were doing so good when you lived paycheck to paycheck. You did so well when you had no degree. But now that you have increased, we can't find you. You'd be surprised how many people I have married and now don't come to church. But when they were single, they lived in church. Oh, you thought God was just in the marriage? God don't want to be just in your marriage. He want to be in your life. Because a day going to come when Sister Ellis going to leave here. I got to make sure I'm still in God. A day going to come when I'm going to leave Sister Ellis. God going to take me home. Sister Ellis better make sure she's in God. I've seen people give up on God because of death. I've seen people give up on God because they got diagnosed. You're going to get it. Pain coming, hurt coming, tears coming. But what did God say? You know, I'm scared to drive my car now. I'm scared to drive my car because I'm making car payments. I'm still making car payments. I'm scared to drive it. Why are you scared to drive it, Pastor? Because the warranty done left. Let me come over here. Somebody going to get it over here. As long as I got a warranty deep, or I hit bump, bam! As long as I had a warranty, oh yeah, I'm driving out of town. I'm going everywhere I want to go. How long my warranty? 3 years. How many miles? Unlimited. Bam! Then I got a letter. Mr. Ellis, yes. In 30 days, your warranty will be up. I parked that car. I don't want to drive it now because I'm scared. Because if it breaks down, I can't afford to fix that car. So you mean to tell me, as long as God was with you, you did what you wanted to do. But as soon as you got your joy, you got the things that you prayed for, now all of a sudden, the warranty gone and you don't even know it.
Wow.
You don't even know God not with you anymore. See, some of us came to church and you feel the presence of God. You feel his presence because of what's being released in the atmosphere. But when you get out of here, you don't feel what you felt in here. In here, the Spirit of God is being released. That's why he said, don't forsake the assembling of yourselves together, as some has done. Watch what he says.
I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting the one.
I'm so shocked that you don't come to church like you used to. Read.
That you are so quickly deserting the one who called you to live in the grace of Christ.
You know what? Watch this. I've been doing a lot of traveling. Been doing a lot of traveling ministry. And now my plate getting ready to increase even more now because I just found out I got a whole bunch of churches up under me now. Jesus Christ. I was like, Lord, I know I should have said no. I got more churches now that I'm over with Bishop Otay. He got all these churches up under him. So now he done told me all these churches done trickled down to me now. And I got to check on these churches and make sure they're all right and do some hiring and firing. I said, Lord, this is a lot of work right here. I really don't like doing this here, you know. But, hey, this is what you called me for. This is what I'm going to do. You know what's so funny, Step? Now people will check with me before they come to church. You going to be here this weekend? You gonna be here this weekend? Yeah? Why? Okay, I'll come.
Wow.
See, you done made me your God. And whenever you make me your God, I'm getting out your way. Because I ain't getting in trouble with God.
Jesus.
You don't come to church for Pastor Ellis.
Amen.
You come to church where God has planted you. Read, I got to go home.
I'm astonished that you are so quickly deserting the one who called you to live in the grace of Christ.
I'm so shocked that you're leaving church so early. Read.
And are turning to a different gospel.
And you went to another report.
Which is really no gospel at all.
And the report you're going to, it ain't real.
Evidently.
What?
Some people are throwing you into confusion.
You allowing somebody to tell you that you don't have to go to church and hear the word. You are listening to confusion. Can I bless you? Let me tell you something. When I'm up here preaching, I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to me. Because you know what Pastor sound like you're talking to me. No, I'm telling me about don't shack. Well, you got a wife. What are you talking about? But every now and then shacking pops up in my spirit. I'm telling you, don't steal. Why are you saying that? Because I want to steal so bad. I'm telling you to come to church. Why are you telling me? I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to me. Because I don't want to come. I want to sleep in my bed. I don't want to come to church knowing that some of y'all, I ain't going to even look at you, looking at me like you Al Capone. And I have to make sure that I'm talking to the right person. Brother Ellis. Because if E-Baby pop up, he ain't going to be pretty. E-Baby always want to come up. That's why some of y'all, you remember on Rockaway Road, y'all say, boy, back on Rockaway Road, yes, sir. Bishop, you was a monster. You ain't like you used to be. I done matured. And those of you who meet me for now, you say, he crazy. No, you should have saw me back then. I done matured. But see, if you hang in there, you're going to mature with me. It's funny. People say, you're going to be in church today? You come to church? Why? My wife called me last night, Now, she's supposed to be in Wilmington to the day. She called me last night about 10:30. She said, hey, I said, I thought I told you. I said, hey. She said, are you home? Why? She said, I'm just curious, are you home? Yes, I'm home. She said, okay, good. I'm outside. I ran down them steps. I'm glad I was in the right place. Then I went out to eat. I went out to eat Friday night by myself. Went out to eat to a restaurant Friday night by myself. You know, by myself. I felt fly. Let me come over here. I felt fly. I felt anointed. How about that? That's better. I felt anointed. I know I felt good. I felt like I looked good. Shoot. Bust up in that restaurant. Yes, sir. They saw me and they said, hey, yes, sir, yeah. How many with you, Mr. Ellis? I said, just me. Just you by yourself? Just me by myself. Okay. I sat down, ordered my food, and over in the corner was a bunch of saints. Lord, I'm so glad I was in the right place. It took the saints a while to come over there and say something to me. When I sat down, there was an empty chair by me. The saints are probably, let's wait a while, let's see what happens. So next to me, when I saw the saints, then I felt kind of bad. I said, Lord, have mercy. I felt good and bad. Because on the side of me, no woman, just empty chair. But on the other side of me, sweet and low. Packages of sweet and low. Somebody gonna get it. I said, Lord, please don't let nobody. I'm free on this side, but Lord, on this side, this ain't gonna be pretty at all. But see, the Bible said, don't let your good be evil spoken of. Mm-hmm. Carry yourself as though God watching you, which he is. You know in Deuteronomy, I'm going to let you go home. You know what Deuteronomy says? I will call heaven and earth to testify against you. I've told you, choose life. I told you, you're going to prosper. I told you, you're going to live. But just in case you want to do wrong, earth, yes, Lord, wherever Eric go, tell me. Heaven, that's the atmosphere. Yes, Lord. Whatever Eric say, tell me. Gotcha. So now, Eric, Jerry, whatever you say and wherever you go, earth and heaven going to testify. So if you walk or drive or fly to wrongness, earth going to tell me. And if you speak something out of your mouth that you shouldn't be saying, the atmosphere going to come back and tell me. That's why he said you're going to give an account for every idle word. Because your words going to get you in hell or your words will get you in heaven. What are you speaking? And where are you going? Are you driving over to somebody's house that you ain't got no business being over? Earth talking to you right now. The Bible says earth will testify to God where you going. Oh, this is good. That's why some people don't like to go to church. You know why they don't like to go? I don't want to be convicted. Just let me do wrong without you telling me. I know I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong, Reverend, but I don't need you preaching to me. Because every time I come to church, you tell me what I don't want to hear. Don't you want that? In the streets, you call it being real. In the church, you call it throwing off. You don't want realness in your life? Because I keep telling you, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to me. Because I want to steal. I want to cheat on my wife. I want to steal money. I want to hurt somebody. I want to cuss some people out. And I got a couple of guns I've been thinking about. I got my gun the other day. I keep it in the office back there. My wife tried to get me to carry it on my hip. I got it back there right now. Because I come up here and I be up here all times of the night. Watch this. I put the bullets in the wrong way. And it fit. Thank you. I put the clip in the gun. I'm looking at the bullets. I said, why they facing me? I said, if I'm going to shoot that way, why the bullets facing this way? I said, this don't make sense. I said, you know why I put them in there like that? Because it fit. The bullets fit, but it didn't go the right way. And I don't shoot that often. I don't mess with guns that often. So it made me have to think, how do I? This don't look right. Let me go to YouTube. Oh, wrong way. Put them the right way. It still fit. So you messing with the wrong thing, and it's fitting. But the bullet gonna shoot you. You need to be shooting the enemy, but you're gonna shoot yourself because the bullet going the wrong way. Just because it feels good don't mean it's right.
Amen.
I put the bullets in facing me, and it fit. The clip fit, and it didn't block the bullets. But then I realized this don't look right. I don't think the bullet's gonna point this way and then come up and go out that way. I ain't never seen that happen before. So I had to go and learn how to put it in the right way. If you're gonna learn how to defeat the devil, you got to come and learn the right way.
Amen.
I'm gonna keep saying this, and I ain't gonna stop. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Eric. Eric got an attitude. Eric got a cheating that want to cheat. Eric want to lie and steal. So you like my testimony, but you don't want to agree with yours. So I ain't preaching to you. I'm talking to me. It's just that you knows it. And some of the things I'm saying, you can relate. And you say, oh, no, Pastor, no, I cannot relate to that. I don't want to cheat. Yes, you do. You steal taxes and red lights all the time. You may not want to cheat on your spouse, but you sure cheat the government. I do not. No, but you cheat on tithing. Can I bless you? Because I know you want to go home. And you don't want to hear this part. But this part is what you need. I don't like tithing. Putting my money, a lot of money too, over in every week. I struggle. You know why I was so happy my wife came home last night? Because I know she came home today, she was going to miss church. If she'd have missed church, that meant I would have to tithe. And there's been a whole lot of times I had amnesia. And now that the church got an app, I hate that app. Because see, I can go on vacation. I can take me a nice vacation, go somewhere, we missed church today. Let's go get some crab legs. I'm going to use the tithes to go get me some crab legs because I ain't go to church. But now we got this app. I can go to Timbuktu. The app say, psst. What? You ain't give and you're on vacation. Don't like doing that. I'm stingy. I don't like giving money away. But I keep reminding myself, I'm giving to God. I told God last night, because I'm having some issues in my family, some serious issues going on in my family. Listen to me. I ain't trying to get you to be nosy. Don't send me no text. Don't call me. Don't even tell me I'm praying for you. I don't need you to see me that. Just pray for me. You don't need to be trying to get no brownie points. Pastor, I heard your testimony. I'm praying for you. I don't want you to send me nothing. Just pray for me and shut up. I'm having some serious family issues. I went and talked to God and reminded him. I said, God, you told me to come to North Carolina. Now, God, I did the possible and you did the impossible. I know you're not going to let me come up here and this fail. This fail in my house. Now, God, I gave my life to you. Now take care of my family. This hurts me, God. You ain't going to let me come up here and do ministry and sacrifice and give up everything for this to die. See, I let God know what I did for him. And then I reminded God what his word say. You better hear me, because when your testimony comes of something that's happening in your house, you better remember what Pastor said. Remind God what you did for him. You need some leverage, because God ain't fixing to let you be in a position where he owe you. The woman had a child that died. I'm going to let you go. Dick, come on. And the man of God did not know why the child died. He went up to his room and said, God, I don't know why you let this child die. This widow woman been good to me. Why you let her child die? I don't understand, but I'm going to do what I can. He laid on top of the dead child and prayed 3 times. And on the 3rd time, the child got up, brought the child to his mother. And the mother said, you know what? I believe God when he multiplied my nickel, and it lasts for a month. She said, but now that my child is alive, now I really believe God. God knows you already believe in him, but God getting ready to put some of us in some serious situation so that you can say, you know what? Now I really believe God. If God can bring me out of this, he can bring me out of this. So now, guess what? Instead of me looking at my report of how bad it is in my house, now I got me another report. He said, Eric, choose life and you're going to prosper. Don't keep looking at that bad situation. You know what I'm learning? Our children and our family got to have a testimony.
Amen, Bishop.
And we don't want them to have one. Oh, you didn't raise your children. You ain't. Look at your child. Look at your baby. Look at your son. Look at your daughter. When they get 30 and 25, you didn't raise them to be like that. You instill bedtime. You instill eat all your food. You instill pray. You instill go to church, go to school, dress right, get a nice haircut, pull your clothes up. And now they're 30, 25, 21, 19. Pants down, hair nappy, climbing out windows, climbing in windows. And you're looking at them, they talking slang. You know you taught them how to talk proper, and now they're over there, you know what I'm saying? And you're looking at them saying, that's not my baby. I raised my child better than this. And now your child is a hoodlum. Now your child going to prison. Now your child got AIDS. Now your child is disrespectful to everything and everybody. Now your child don't sing in the choir no more. Now your child don't come to church no more. Now your child is laying around everywhere. And you're saying, I did not raise this.
That's right.
And God is saying, I trusted that to you.
Yes, sir.
What you going to do about it? Will you go to warfare for your children? Your child don't know how to fight in the spirit. And you better not worry in the spirit. You better learn how to fight. I know some of y'all looking at your child. Not my child. Oh, I said that about all 3 of mine. Not mine. Not mine. All mine's going to be successful. Yeah, all of them. They got a mama and a daddy. Yes, sir. You're going to nursing school. You're going to play football. You're going to do this. You're going to be an accountant. Oh, I done preached over. I done laid hands on them. I done prayed over them. I done fed them. But then I forgot. They got to have their own mind. And the Bible say, train up a child the way they should go. And then when they get old, I know my mama didn't raise me to be out there messing with them girls. Mama made me sing in the choir, hallelujah, white shoes and all, blue suit. But somebody forgot to tell me I was going to hang around hoodlums. I was going to hang around people that try this. I made it. Come on, brothers and sisters. I made it. Wait, where you at? I done got drunk. Didn't know where I was, but I made it. I got high. Running all in the dumpsters and falling out laughing, but I made it. I got shot at. I shot at people, but I made it. I've been to the club. I climbed through windows, but I made it. Come on, somebody. If God made it for you, he can make it for them. They got to have a testimony. That's something I never wanted my kids to have. You got my testimony. You don't need one. Your daddy been to jail. Your daddy used to run across town, across other parts of the cities and sell drugs. Listen to your daddy. But oh, now they got a testimony. And me as the parent don't want them to have one. Whose report I'm going to believe? Because it looks like the more I pray, the worse it gets. The more I spending time crying and talking to you and grabbing your hand and praying with you, the worse it gets. And I'm saying, God, this is not my reward. He said, son, whose report you going to believe? If I did it for you, son, can I do it for them? They got to have a testimony too. See, you got one. You can tell people where you came from, but your child can't tell them where they came from. All your child can do is tell you about you. Let me tell you about my daddy. He was a hoodlum. What about you? Well, I was a choir girl. Oh, I seen white picket fences. Yeah, I seen all graduated from college. I seen all that. But that ain't my testimony right now. Hear me now? I'll cry later. And if your child is doing the right thing, you better appreciate that. And then watch this here. Your child may be grown, married with children, doing very well. But oh, you don't know what they're doing behind them closets. Because stress is getting crazy now. Stress is getting out of hand now. I've never seen stress like this in my life, where people are out of control. My wife told me they had went down to Wilmington, and there's a store. You drive up to the window, and they'll let you know whether you can come in or not. They come to the window. How can I help you? They said, well, I'm having some stress and anxiety problems. They said, give me your ID. Get your ID. Come to the back door. We'll let you in. Now, come on in. Pick out. Let me show you what you need to put on your tongue to help you with your anxiety. Because we don't believe the report of God. That's why we're taking all these anxiety pills. That's why you're doing all this exercising, because you stress. And the Bible says, cast all your cares unto the Lord, for he cares for you. And you sitting up here stressed about life. And life going to always be life. You're going to have your ups and your downs. Will you stay consistent? You're going to have some good times and some bad times. You're going to have a pocket full, and there's going to be some dust. But will you stay consistent? I was broke the other day. I said, Lord, I ain't got no money. I said, I'm broke. I said, well, that's all right. You still good. Went to the mailbox. The credit card company sent me $78. Now, you can't tell me there ain't a God. Are you listening? I'm going to let you go home. You can't tell me there ain't a God. When the credit card company charging 21, 24%, and they turn around and say, we overcharge you. Here goes $78. Well, I got... That's $78. And in my account was a negative 33. This was last week. I ain't talking about this week. This was last week. So I had $78 to take care of the 33 that was negative. How much it left me with? Guess what I did? Told my wife, come on, baby. I'll get you some Taco Bell. We can't go to Ruth Chris, but we go taco. What can I get? That thing that say $3.99 right there. See that $3.99? We got to have some money left over. Got to survive. I pray something was said to bless you, man. Once again, you've heard a lot of my business. Do not email me. Do not text me. Do not come and shake my hand and tell me I'm praying for you. I didn't tell you my business so you can do that. I told you my business so I can help you and me. All right? So know how to go talk to God for yourself. Don't always come and talk to the pastor. Pastor, I need you to pray for me. No, the Bible says it's in your mouth. All the answers you need are in your mouth. Believe what God said. Speak his word. All right? Father, I pray over every believer in this building right now that you would bless these precious souls that's trusting you for their eternity. God, I pray that you reveal miracles this week. I speak over their lives that whatever they're believing you for, it will come to pass quickly. Touch their finances, touch their health, touch their children, their families, their mom, dad, sisters, brothers, grandparents, their husbands, their wives, their neighbors, their boss. God, whatever they're believing you for, give it to them so that they can give you more praise. God, we thank you right now for increase in our spirit, increase in our soul, that when we leave this place, we will never be the same. Bless our going out, bless our coming in, and bless this offering. It's in Jesus' name. And before I say amen, I do want to make some quick announcements.